on the leader of Fianna Fáil and Teachta Michael Martin.
Thank you, John Corlin. Taoiseach, the Irish people have spoken emphatically. In a clear and decisive manner, the people through the referendum have voted for change, for new laws which will end the cruel inflexibility of the 8th Amendment. The people have given the Oireachtas the mandate and indeed the obligation to legislate for a new laws which will end the cruel inflexibility of the 8th Amendment. The people have given the Oireachtas the mandate and indeed the obligation to legislate for a new approach, an approach that trusts women and their doctors. Civic society was powerful in this referendum. Led by women, the Together for Yes campaign ensured that the vote, and they provided an immense service to our democracy. The Oireachtas Committee, made up of all parties in this House, deserves particular credit for its fact-based, impartial approach to the issue. I would appreciate, Taoiseach, if you could outline the timescale for the introduction of the legislation and its passage through the Oireachtas, and if you could indicate whether the government is agreeable to having second stage and committee stage debated and dealt with before the summer recess, even if that means lengthening the period for which the House sits to facilitate that. The Health Committee can progress to committee stage after the second stage debate through the summer. Because, after all, the essentials of the bill were well known. They were debated at length during the referendum. It has been very transparent and was very transparent, and no one can argue otherwise. In addition, of course, many women will require this new legal framework urgently. In addition, of course, many women will require this new legal framework urgently. 9 women a day travel to the United Kingdom. 3 will take an abortion pill a day. We have the issue of fatal fetal abnormalities to deal with. So there is an urgency to this for women out there in crisis pregnancies. We no longer want women travelling to the United Kingdom on those lonely, isolated journeys, and we no longer want women taking the abortion pill in isolation without medical supervision or care. And in addition, Taoiseach, I would ask if you would give consideration, and if the government has considered, allowing women in Northern Ireland, in the context of the new legal framework that will emerge, to be in a position to avail of the services in the Republic that will be enabled as a result of the passage of that legislation. Access to our GP services and to our hospitals. We already have established links with the Northern Ireland Health Services in respect of other areas. In terms of consultation, Taoiseach, with the medical profession, can you outline whether any discussions have taken place with the representatives, the ICGP and others, on this issue in recent times? Have any preparations been undertaken to prepare for a new legal framework in advance? And did the Department of Health engage in any scenario planning in the context of the referendum to ensure that it can now progress to various strands and areas that require attention? Address the issue of women from Northern Ireland who may wish to avail of services in the Republic under the new legal framework that will inevitably result as a result of the decision of the people. I welcome your commitment to longer sittings to get this legislation through. I agree with you that it's our obligation and mandate to ensure the passage of this legislation because of the urgency of the issue for many women within our society. After all, the general scheme of the bill was published on March 29th. And I was wondering, Taoiseach, you might indicate whether any scenario planning, notwithstanding the fact that people had to wait for a result, surely some preparatory work has been undertaken in terms of what's likely to happen in terms of the legislation. And I would just make one comment to you, Taoiseach. I think it's an important point. I know a thing or two about the health services and stakeholders. I think we need to be very clear to the stakeholders, and whilst people have their jobs to do, they cannot second-guess the decision of the people either, and they cannot caveat it either whether it has to do with the licensing side of it, whether it has to do with clinical guidelines. The people's decision is very clear, and I think government does have a role in making it clear to all and sundry that decision of the people cannot be second-guessed in any shape or manner.
1 minute.